The party lights blurred into a chaotic swirl as I stumbled back to our Brooklyn apartment, the echo of laughter and bass-heavy music still pounding in my ears. But nothing hit me harder than the words my roommate Alex had slurred just hours before, his breath hot against my neck in the crowded bar. "Jason, man, you're exactly my type. Strong, kind, with those damn eyes that see right through me." Now, as the door clicked shut behind us, he avoided my gaze like it was fire, but I caught the flicker in his blue eyes, a silent storm betraying the truth he couldn't voice sober. I froze in the hallway, the weight of that confession crashing over me like a rogue wave. Alex, my straight-laced roommate of 2 years, the guy who'd become my closest friend in this relentless city, had cracked open a door I never knew existed. We'd met through a Craigslist ad when I first moved to New York for my graphic design job, both of us fresh out of college and scraping by in a cramped 2-bedroom walk-up. He was the organized one, always paying rent on time, while I brought the chaos with late-night sketches and impromptu pizza runs. But tonight, under the influence of too many tequila shots, he'd shattered our easy rhythm. The next morning, sunlight pierced through the thin curtains, stabbing at my hangover. I shuffled into the kitchen, where Alex was already brewing coffee, his back to me. "Morning," I mumbled, trying to sound casual. He grunted a reply without turning, pouring his mug with deliberate focus. The silence stretched, thick and uncomfortable, like the humid air before a summer storm. I wanted to ask about last night, to laugh it off or dive deeper, but his rigid shoulders screamed, "Don't." Yet, when he finally handed me a cup, our fingers brushed, and his eyes met mine for a split second, raw, unguarded, full of something that made my heart race. Work that day was a blur at the design firm in Manhattan. I stared at my screen, redesigning logos for a startup, but my mind replayed the scene endlessly. Alex, with his tousled blonde hair and that easy smile that lit up rooms, had always been the straight guy in our duo. Or so I thought. I'd come out in college, navigating the gay scene in Philly before heading to NYC. But Alex? He'd dated women sporadically, nothing serious, always brushing off my teasing about settling down. Now, his confession hung between us, a fragile thread pulling at hidden desires. By evening, I returned home to find him on the couch, scrolling through his phone. "Hey, want to order Thai?" I ventured, dropping my bag. He nodded, but his responses were clipped, one-word answers that stung more than silence. We ate in front of the TV, some mindless sitcom playing, but I felt his glances, quick, stolen looks when he thought I wasn't watching. Each one sent a jolt through me, a mix of hope and confusion. Was this attraction mutual? I'd always admired him, his quiet strength after long shifts at the hospital where he worked as a nurse, but I'd buried any deeper feelings to preserve our friendship. That night, sleep evaded me. I lay in bed, staring at the ceiling fan's lazy spin, memories flooding in. Our first year together, late-night talks about dreams, him sharing stories of his conservative upbringing in Texas, me opening up about my family's slow acceptance of my sexuality. We'd built a bond that felt unbreakable. But now, the air crackled with unspoken tension. I heard him pacing in his room next door, the floorboards creaking like accusations. The following days blurred into a tense routine. Alex threw himself into work, picking up extra shifts, coming home exhausted. I'd try small talk, "How was your day?" But he'd deflect, mumbling about patience or traffic. Yet his eyes, God, those eyes. In the elevator ride up to our floor, or when we'd bump into each other in the bathroom, they'd linger just a beat too long, filled with a yearning that mirrored my own growing turmoil. I started questioning everything. Was I reading too much into it? Or was this the start of something real? One evening, after a grueling deadline at work, I decided to confront it head-on. I cooked his favorite, spaghetti carbonara, and set the table. When he walked in, smelling of antiseptic and fatigue, his surprise was evident. "What's this?" he asked, voice wary. "Just dinner," I said, forcing a smile. We ate, the clink of forks deafening in the quiet. Halfway through, I couldn't hold back. "Alex, about that night at the bar." His fork froze midair. "Jason, don't." But his voice cracked, and when he looked up, his eyes were stormy seas. Fear, desire, regret swirling in their depths. He pushed back from the table, retreating to his room, leaving me with a half-eaten plate and a heart in knots. The avoidance escalated. He'd leave notes instead of talking. Out late, don't wait up. I'd find myself alone in the apartment, the city lights mocking me from the window. Friends noticed my distraction. At a brunch in Chelsea, my buddy Mark pulled me aside. "What's eating you, Jace? You look like hell." I spilled a sanitized version, and he urged me to talk it out. "Life's too short for what-ifs," he said. But fear gripped me, fear of losing him entirely. Then came the turning point. A storm hit New York that Friday, thunder rumbling like distant artillery. I was home early, sketching ideas for a new project, when Alex burst in, drenched and shivering. "Forgot my umbrella," he muttered, avoiding eye contact. But as he peeled off his soaked jacket, I saw the exhaustion etched on his face, not just from the rain, but something deeper. "Alex, we need to talk," I said, standing. He sighed, running a hand through his wet hair. "There's nothing to say, Jason. I was drunk. Stupid." But his eyes betrayed him again, locking onto mine with an intensity that stole my breath. In that moment, the dam broke. "Bullshit," I whispered. "I see it every time you look at me. Why are you fighting this?" He stepped closer, the space between us electric. "Because I'm scared, okay? My whole life, I've pushed this down. Family expectations, society. But you make me feel things I can't ignore." His voice trembled, vulnerability raw. I reached out, touching his arm, and he didn't pull away. Instead, he leaned in, our foreheads touching in a silent promise. That night, under the storm's symphony, we talked, really talked. He confessed his internal battles, the confusion of realizing his attraction to men, sparked by our closeness. I shared my own fears of unrequited feelings. It wasn't a fairy tale resolution. It was messy, emotional, tears mixing with rain on the windows. But as dawn broke, we held each other, a tentative bridge built over the chasm. The weeks that followed were a whirlwind of discovery. Alex started therapy, unpacking years of denial, while I supported him through the ups and downs. Our friendship evolved into something deeper, tentative dates in hidden cafes, stolen kisses in Central Park. The city, with its anonymous crowds, became our sanctuary. But challenges loomed. His family visit loomed like a shadow. Over Thanksgiving, he planned to come out, and the anxiety gnawed at him. "What if they reject me?" he'd whisper in the dark. I'd hold him tighter, reminding him of his worth. "You're brave, Alex. And I'll be here, no matter what." The call came a week before the holiday. His sister, sensing something, had pried, and he'd told her. To his shock, she was supportive, promising to back him with their parents. It gave him hope, a glimmer in the uncertainty. Our bond strengthened through it all. One crisp autumn evening, we walked along the Brooklyn Bridge, the skyline aglow. "Jason," he said, stopping to face me. "That night at the bar? It wasn't just drunk talk. You're my type, my everything." His eyes, once betrayers, now shone with unfiltered love. I pulled him close, our kiss sealing a future we'd both feared but now embraced. Yet, life threw curves. Alex's work at the hospital intensified with a flu outbreak, leaving him drained. I'd wait up, massaging his shoulders, listening to his stories of saving lives. It deepened my admiration, but also highlighted our differences. He the healer, me the artist. Doubts crept in. Could we sustain this? A fight erupted one night. Exhausted, he snapped over a forgotten chore, and old insecurities surfaced. "Maybe this was a mistake," he said, regret instant. Hurt, I stormed out, wandering the streets until cold reality hit. I returned to find him on the stoop, eyes red. "I'm sorry," he murmured. "I'm still figuring this out." We reconciled, vowing communication over silence. As winter blanketed the city, our love bloomed. We hosted a small gathering for friends, coming out as a couple. The acceptance warmed us, but Alex's family reveal approached. On the flight to Texas, his hand trembled in mine. "We've got this," I assured. The dinner was tense. His parents, traditional folks, listened as he spoke his truth. Silence followed. Then his mom hugged him, tears flowing. "We love you, son. It might take time, but we're family." His dad nodded, awkward but sincere. Relief washed over us, a milestone crossed. Back in New York, we celebrated with a quiet dinner. To us, I toasted. His eyes met mine. No betrayal now, just pure, honest affection. The new year brought fresh challenges and joys. Alex's confidence grew. He joined an LGBT support group at the hospital, sharing his story to help others. I watched him transform, from the closeted man I'd known to someone embracing his identity. Our apartment, once a neutral space, now held traces of our life together. Photos from weekend getaways to the Hamptons, matching mugs on the counter. But external pressures mounted. My job hit a rough patch. The firm downsized, leaving me freelancing from home. Stress built, and I leaned on Alex, but his shifts left little time. One evening, after a rejected pitch, I lashed out. "You're never here when I need you." He looked wounded, eyes flickering with hurt. "I'm trying, Jason. This job saves lives." We argued, words sharp as knives, but ended in each other's arms, apologies whispered. Spring arrived, thawing the city and our tensions. We planned a trip to San Francisco, a gay mecca, to recharge. Walking hand in hand through the Castro, we felt free, unjudged. At a viewpoint overlooking the bay, Alex dropped to one knee. Not a proposal, but a promise ring. "For now and whatever comes," he said, eyes brimming with emotion. I accepted, our kiss drawing cheers from passers-by. Back home, inspiration struck. I channeled our story into a graphic novel pitch, exploring themes of hidden love and self-acceptance. To my surprise, a publisher bit. "This has heart," the editor said. Alex beamed with pride, his support unwavering. Yet, drama lurked. An ex of Alex's, a woman from college, reappeared, messaging him out of the blue. "Just checking in," she claimed, but her flirty tone raised alarms. He showed me immediately, transparent. "I'm with you now," he assured, blocking her. It tested our trust, but we emerged stronger. Summer heat waves tested the city, and us. A health scare hit. Alex's routine checkup revealed a minor issue, treatable but frightening. I accompanied him to appointments, holding his hand through the uncertainty. "You've got me," I said, echoing his earlier words. Recovery brought us closer, intimacy deepening in quiet moments. Friends' weddings dotted the season, sparking talks of our future. "Someday," Alex mused, eyes soft. But we savored the present, volunteering at pride events, marching under rainbows. The energy invigorated us, a reminder of the community's resilience. Fall returned, cycling back to where it began. On the anniversary of that fateful party, we revisited the bar. To confessions, Alex toasted, sober this time. His eyes held mine, no secrets left. We danced, bodies close, the world fading. Through it all, our love taught us patience, empathy, the human values that bind. Jason and Alex, two souls navigating identity in a vast city, finding home in each other. But twists remained. A job offer for Alex in Chicago surfaced, prestigious but distant. "What about us?" I asked, fear gripping. His eyes searched mine. "We decide together." After sleepless nights, he declined, prioritizing our life. "You're my home," he said. Gratitude swelled. I surprised him with tickets to a Broadway show, our laughter echoing in the theater. Later, in our bed, whispers of forever filled the air. As the year waned, we reflected. From drunken words to profound connection, our journey embodied growth. Alex's eyes, once betrayers, now mirrors of our shared truth. Holidays approached again, but this time with ease. We hosted his family in New York, bridges mended. His parents' acceptance grew, sharing stories over turkey. "Proud of you both," his dad said gruffly, a milestone. My family joined via video, their warmth bridging distances. "He makes you happy," my mom noted, seeing Alex's adoring gaze. New Year's Eve found us on a rooftop, fireworks bursting. "To more adventures," I said. His kiss sealed it, eyes sparkling. But life isn't linear. Winter brought a crisis. My freelance dried up, bills piling. Alex covered, but pride stung. "Let me help," he insisted. I nodded, humbled, our partnership tested and true. Spring renewal came with my book's release. At the launch in a Soho gallery, Alex stood beside me, eyes proud. Reviews praised its emotional depth, touching on LGBT struggles with humanity. Success brought opportunities, a tour, interviews. Alex encouraged, but separation loomed. "Go shine," he said, masking worry. On the road, calls kept us connected, his voice a lifeline. In Boston, doubt hit. A fan flirted, tempting, but Alex's image grounded me. "Miss you," I texted. His reply, "Eyes on you always." Fidelity, born of trust. Reunited, passion reignited. We escaped to the Catskills, hiking trails, sharing dreams. Marriage someday? He asked under stars. Yes, I whispered, hearts aligned. Summer festivals pulsed with energy. At a music fest in Central Park, we danced freely, sweat-slicked and joyful. Friends envied our bond, a testament to perseverance. Yet, shadows crept. Alex's colleague outed a secret crush on him, creating awkwardness at work. He handled it gracefully, reaffirming us. Only you, his eyes conveyed. Fall leaves painted the city gold. We adopted a rescue dog, Milo, adding chaos and love. Walks in Prospect Park became rituals, deepening our routine. Thanksgiving mirrored last year's, but fuller. Families blended, laughter filling our space. Grateful for this, Alex said, eyes misty. As winter deepened, a proposal brewed. On Christmas Eve, by the tree he knelt. Jason, will you? Ring in hand, eyes vulnerable yet sure. Tears flowed. Yes. Engagement news spread, joy abounding. Planning began, simple ceremony envisioned. But pre-wedding jitters hit. Am I enough? Alex confided. I reassured, our love's foundation solid. The wedding day dawned crisp. In a Brooklyn loft, vows exchanged. Through betrayals of eyes and hearts, I choose you. Rings slipped on, sealing forever. Honeymoon in Hawaii. Beaches, sunsets, intimacy. From roommates to this, he marveled, eyes adoring. Back home, life settled. Careers flourished, me with sequels, him promoted. Milo completed our family. Years later, reflecting, our story inspired others. At a panel, I shared, love betrays itself in eyes, but honesty sets it free. Alex nodded, hand in mine. Through kinks and triumphs, our bond endured, a beacon of human connection in a divided world. The first year of marriage flew by in a haze of bliss and adjustments. We moved to a larger apartment in Queens, space for Milo and future dreams. Alex's promotion meant more responsibility, but he balanced it with date nights, picnics in Flushing Meadows, museum strolls. My book tour extended internationally, London calling. Separation ached, but video calls bridged gaps. Your eyes still get me, he teased, keeping sparks alive. Challenges arose, a family health scare for my dad. We flew to Philly, supporting through recovery. Alex's compassion shone, endearing him further. Spring brought fertility discussions. Adoption or surrogacy. We researched, hearts open to parenthood. Imagine a mini-us, he said, eyes twinkling. Summer vacations to Fire Island, embracing community. Dancing at parties, we celebrated freedom's hard-won. But tension brewed at work for me. A plagiarized story surfaced, accusing my novel. Stress mounted, Alex anchored me. Truth prevails, his eyes assured. Investigations cleared me, bond fortified. Fall conferences took Alex away. Loneliness hit, but trust held. Upon return, reunions passionate. Holidays united families, traditions merging. New Year's resolutions, more adventures. Second anniversary, a cruise to the Caribbean. Waves lulled us, conversations deep. From confession to this, I reflected. His eyes, ever betraying love. Back, adoption process began. Interviews, home studies, nerve-wracking but exciting. We're ready, we agreed. A match came, baby boy Ethan. Hearts exploded with joy. Bringing him home, eyes wide at our new role. Parenthood transformed us. Sleepless nights, but shared. Alex's nurturing instincts bloomed, my creativity in lullabies. Challenges, Ethan's colic-tested patience. We tag-teamed, emerging closer. As he grew, milestones celebrated. First steps in Central Park, eyes mirroring ours. My sequel released, dedicated to them. Success followed, but family first. Alex volunteered more, mentoring young LGBT nurses. His eyes lit with purpose. Years passed. Ethan started school. We navigated questions about two dads, teaching acceptance. A crisis. Alex's job stress led to burnout. I insisted therapy. He complied, healing. Our love evolved, deeper, resilient. Weekend getaways rekindled romance. At Ethan's 10th birthday, reflecting, from drunk words to family. Best betrayal. Alex joked, eyes loving. Community involvement grew. We advocated for rights, marching at Pride with Ethan. Later, empty nest loomed as Ethan colleged. We traveled, Europe, Asia, rediscovering us. Retirement dreams, a cabin upstate, writing and healing. Through it all, eyes never lied, love's constant. Decades wove our tapestry richer. Ethan graduated, pursuing environmental law in D.C. Proud parents, we visited often, his partner welcomed warmly. Alex retired first, consulting part-time. I penned memoirs, our story inspiring generations. Health hiccups came, my knee surgery, his blood pressure. We cared mutually, love's quiet acts. Grandchildren arrived. Ethan's adoption mirrored ours. Babysitting filled days with joy. Anniversaries marked, silver, golden. At 50 years, a vow renewal in Brooklyn, where it began. Friends, family toasted, eyes still betraying passion. Reflections deepened. That night changed everything, Alex said. I nodded, from avoidance to eternity. Community elders now, we mentored youth, sharing wisdom. Embrace truths, eyes reveal souls. Travels continued, safaris, cruises. Home base, our Queen's Haven, memories etched. As twilight years approached, gratitude swelled. No regrets, his eyes conveyed. In quiet moments, hands held, we knew, love's journey, kinky and straight, led here. Final chapters, Alex's passing first, peaceful. Grief profound, but legacy endured. I carried on, writing his eulogy. Eyes betrayed, hearts united. Reunited in spirit, our story eternal. A testament to human resilience, love's power. But wait, the story didn't end in sorrow. It circled back to meaning. In my remaining years, I founded a foundation for LGBT youth, funding scholarships in Alex's name. Ethan's family grew, grandchildren visiting, their eyes echoing his. At a gala, I spoke. Love isn't always easy. It's confessions in bars, silences broken, eyes that betray truths we fear. But in embracing it, we find humanity's core, connection, forgiveness, growth. The audience applauded, many touched. One young man approached. Your book saved me. Tears welled, purpose fulfilled. Home alone, but not lonely. Milo's successors companioned me. Memories warmed, Alex's laugh, touch. Final days, surrounded by loved ones. Tell Alex I waited, I whispered. In that transition, visions, him waiting, eyes welcoming. Our tale, from drunk roommate to lifelong love, a narrative of courage, proving that even betraying glances can lead to profound, meaningful bonds. The end wasn't an end. It inspired cycles of love in others, a ripple of human value across time.